Right, so we've called for an inquiry. It is clear that spending on this has got out of control. It has inflated a long way above what it was meant to be. I stood, as I think most of you know, against the previous leader of this council at the last election. He put an election leaflet out and it said, vote for him. And it said, we have a total budget of some £90 million, which allows for any contingencies that may crop up. It went on to say, this is another example of your Conservative-led administration putting forward fully funded schemes for the long-term benefit of all Shropshire residents. All contingencies. Councillor Dean has gone on to talk about how we get blamed for delays, or campaign groups get blamed for delays. The Conservative group, apart from a few weeks last year, have had a majority on this council and all of its committees. There is nothing that we could do to slow down, delay this road. That is just untrue. I've seen things, as Councillor Pixton has said, I've seen things being said on Facebook where people have said this. It's just not true. We haven't slowed it down at all. Councillor Dean is right. There needs to be an off-ramp. And the only way of getting to that is by talking to DFT. Councillor Evans talked about there needs to be a proper inquiry, not a task and finish group. This is far too important to be dealt with by just a task and finish group. And he pointed also to Grant Thornton talking about governance and funding and the need for a credible funding plan. I still have not seen a credible funding plan. And to that extent, it said that borrowing was not viable. Now, earlier in this meeting, I mentioned that the sums don't add up, and I'll repeat that now. If the total cost is £215 million, that requires total borrowing, I think, of £128 million if no money comes from anywhere else. At an interest rate of 5%, the council has said there will be £500,000 per month on the revenue account. However, if you pay £500,000 a year on a £128 million loan at 5%, you will never pay off that loan. It is impossible. If, however, you pay it off at £533,333, you'll pay it off in 1,000 years. The sums don't add up on this scheme. Something is rotten inside it. That's why we need an inquiry. Councillor Pixton talked about misunderstandings about we wouldn't bring it to council. It's a technicality, isn't it? Openness. We talked about openness and the collaborative budget and being together and open. It was a stunt. It was published on the internet 1 minute before Councillor Vasma asked his question this morning. We talked about the alternate paper. I'm afraid Councillor Picton comments on Facebook are not the general public. I think most people who talk about Facebook and social media would tell you that is some people, but it is not the entirety of people. Okay? It doesn't add up. There needs to be an inquiry, and I formally second the motion.